Hey guys, it's Dandy. So today I thought it would be fun to kind of take you through the process of starting a new month in my Hobonichi weeks. So there's 3 things I do in my book at the start of each month. So the first thing I do, of course, is to decorate my monthly page, fill out anything I need to go ahead and fill out here. And then I fill out the first week here of my weekly spreads. And then in my notes page, I am going to make a cover page for the month of April here, kind of like I did with my March, and then this is my February one, and then my January one. So those are the 3 things that I'm going to be walking through and going through, and this is kind of like a how I set up my Hobonichi weeks month to month kind of thing. So I hope you guys enjoy following me along with this. I'm gonna go ahead and get started now. I've already got the stuff that I want to put here printed out, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this stuff in here, and we're gonna decorate that. My neighbor just started mowing outside, so I'm sorry if you can hear their lawnmower, but we're gonna push through anyway. It's the beginning of spring here, so there's a lot more noises outside, which is fine. I'm thankful it's spring. I get so upset when I can't get this perfectly lined up, but even if it's just a smidge off, it's okay. We're not gonna freak out about it. So kind of the theme I wanted to go for this cover page was April showers, just because it gives me an excuse to use rainy pictures, because rain is my favorite weather. So any excuse I get to use rain as a decoration, I'm going to take. And usually at the beginning of each month, I'll find a cute little quote on Tumblr from some kind of poetry or book or something, and I'll just print that off and stick that at the front too. Now I'm gonna add a little bit more decoration here. This one's very green, so I think I'm gonna go with some plants, some green washi tape, all that fun stuff. Sometimes I like to split the washi tape in half even, when I want to kind of put the tape at like the top of a picture, just because I feel like in such a small book it helps when the tape itself is a little smaller. It doesn't feel too bulky or anything. Let's see. Love a good fern. Can't really go wrong with fern. And that might be all I really do for that one. I might keep it a little more minimal. That's what I did with January, and I really liked that. This is a little bit more decoration, but that's okay. And then so after this page is when I'll do my entries for like fun days or something like that, important moments that I want to write. So that's where I'll start here, and then, you know, May, June, July, so on. So now I'm gonna do my monthly spread here. This is pretty much, I went a little all out for March because it's my birthday. Usually it's not quite so decorated, but I went a little more out with March, just so I could add more of the things that I like. But I'm probably gonna like tone it down a little bit here in April and just keep it a little more minimal. I don't really do much in these margins, so it's usually I add bigger stickers here. I do want to keep it green, even though I did green last month too. I think I want to keep it like in a green and brown kind of theme. This is my sticker book, by the way. That's what I'm flipping through. think towards the front I've got some green. Yeah, I'll just throw some of this in there for now. Definitely some plants. I want to see a bunch of plants in here this month. For what specific reason, I couldn't tell you, but I'm feeling plants. Cut this off yesterday thinking I was going to use it for something, and then I ended up not. And it seems like it's just barely too big to go here. But honestly, no. I'm gonna do these two, I think. Yeah. I try to line it up with the grids usually, just so it has a more neat look. And then to cut my washi tape in a straight line, I use my ruler. I don't remember who I saw doing that to start with, but it really helps. I don't have to pull out the scissors or anything. And every line is pretty straight when I want it to be. Sometimes it's fun to just have, you know, regular old messy line, but that's neither here nor there. Sorry, I ramble a lot when I'm concentrating. Those are cute. I'm gonna add a couple more plants here. I got these houseplant stickers like years ago, and I'm still trying to work my way through them. A problem I tend to have, and a problem I've been trying to avoid, is buying too many stickers, because then I collect all these stickers and then I don't know what to do with all of them. This is just kind of the beginning of May, so it's not necessary to really have anything written down, because I can always write it down on the next page if it's super important. Yeah, we'll just do a houseplant theme for this monthly spread. I feel like that will work. And that way maybe I can get rid of some of these that I don't know what to do with anymore. Just like a little jungle. Thought I had some more. Maybe I'm stupid. Oh, okay, yeah, I do have some more. It'd be cool if I didn't repeat any, which it looks like I haven't yet. There we go. Yeah, that's cute. It's simple, but still gets the job done. I don't know if I have any small. Usually I like to put like smaller stickers kind of in the month, in the dates themselves where I can, but I don't know if I have any. But I do in one of these things. Forgot I had this stuff. Yeah, here we go. This is pretty cute. Just that way it gives it a little more contrast, I guess is the word I'm looking for. I don't know. It's more than just on the outside. There's a lot to look at that way. Usually there's not a lot of rhyme or reason when I do these things. I just am like, oh, I need to do my monthly spreads, and then I just go ham. There's not usually a thought process. I just put stickers in and hope it looks good. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just putting stickers in and hoping it ends up looking good. Just kind of going for greens and browns, I guess. Then I feel like there needs to be one more, like in the middle somewhere here. Yeah, and then maybe even for good measure, one more, kind of like, we'll do it there, sure. Yeah, that works. And then I'm gonna write in payday stuff, 28th, and then that would be, sorry, I'm thinking. And then I just kind of talk to myself when I think. And I know I've got birthdays this month. The 2nd is my aunt's birthday. The 25th is my dad's birthday. And then the 27th are my little cousin's birthday. They're twins. That's all for April. I don't think I have anything planned so far yet, event-wise, so that's still blank. And what I'll do is I'll bust out my highlighters. I'll go with this one and this one. I'll do events one color, so birthdays. Should have let it dry a little before I highlighted it, but that's okay, it gives it character. And then work related stuff will be the other color. Cool, okay. And then I'm gonna pop this little magnet over, boop. And then when I set up my weekly pages, I keep my hang on. I keep my weeks in a traveler's notebook cover. So there's this band. I keep the elastic band on the week that I'm working in. So I just flip that over, even if I still have more. I still have days this week to write in, but just for like the sake of not making any bumps on this page, I'm gonna go ahead and move that over while I'm filling this out. Couldn't find my ruler, forgot I'd already taken it out. So when I do my weeklies, I usually on the side with the days, I bold the outlines here just to kind of give it more division. So I'm gonna actually do these lines first. Nope. I have a very particular way of doing it. It bothers me when I do it a different way, just because I don't like holding the ruler like where it's slanted like that, which I don't know if that makes any sense at all. I could just be yapping, but it's easier for me if I've got the ruler on more of a flatter surface. So then I'll just flip my book upside down, so then that gives me my flat side with my left hand, because I obviously am right-handed. So then it's easier for me to do these outlines, basically, is what I'm trying to say. That was a really long drawn-out way of saying I like to keep the ruler where I can use my right hand to outline and then still have a firm grip. I could have just said that. I also don't know what I'm gonna do this next week yet, theme-wise, so we're also gonna figure that out together. I always do this little square over here for like my moods and stuff. It's really helpful for me to track my moods, just because sometimes I have really bad memory with things, and it helps it just helps me later on if I can remember how I was feeling on a given day, because that also helps me figure out why I can't remember certain days, if that makes sense. Like if I had a really shitty day, then it kind of feels like a blur, or if I'm really tired one day, that whole day feels like a blur. So I do a lot of not a lot of memory keeping, but every day I do a short blurb of the day and what was going on. That way I can compare how I was feeling to what was happening that day, which I know sounds like, oh, you should already know what's going on the day that, you know, when you're feeling bad, you should know why you're feeling bad. But with autism, it's not usually quite as easy to determine. Sorry, I ran out of storage on my phone. I had to clear up some room. Also, sorry I keep shaking this. I try not to, but the stand I use is a little wobbly. So just bear with me. As I was saying, what was I saying? With autism, it's kind of hard to determine what exactly is bothering you on any given day, or why you are feeling the way you are sometimes. So when I do a little bit of a blurb, along with the day and how I was feeling, it helps me pinpoint things, because sometimes it could be sensory related, sometimes I could be not giving myself enough of something that I need, just because those things are hard to keep on top of sometimes with autism, which I don't want to go on a full-on autism lesson, because I know that I'm not very good at explaining things like that, but that's just kind of the basic gist of it. So that's why I do this side over here for my emotions, and then I do a little bit of memory keeping, just very basic, what was happening, if something fun happened, if something bad happened, things like that. And then over in this column, I usually write when I work, events that are happening, paydays and stuff, such as that. And then over here, which I'm about to start writing in, is my habit tracker. What did you do? Oh, see, I knew I'd mess up talking, but that's okay. And the habits that I keep track of are, I guess, maybe a little unconventional, but it's the things that I need to track. I keep track of if I drink water that day, which I have been really good about lately. I don't think there's a time in the past little while that I haven't drank a water, except maybe when I was at Universal, because I get unlimited refills there and I can just drink Coke all day, which is fine. But other than that, I think I've been doing pretty good on water. And then I also track washing my hair, because sometimes this is maybe a little gross, but sometimes things like that are hard to keep up with, and this helps me stay on top of hair specifically. And then I keep track of posting on Instagram so I don't forget. I also keep track of whether I engaged with my special interest that day, because usually if I'm having a bad day, even just engaging with something that I am either hyperfixating on or one of my special interests, it will boost my mood, definitely, and it makes me feel a little better. I also keep track of if I did any type of art that day, because I don't do as much art as I used to do, and I want to do it more again. So this helps me kind of keep track of that. I keep track of whether I studied a language that day, which I've been terrible about that lately. I keep trying to get back on it, but it's really hard. And I keep track of whether or not I exercised. I'm not super good at that yet either, but if I keep it on my habit tracker, it gives me an incentive to do better about it, if that makes any sense. So that's pretty much what I do there. And then I do a little check mark on the days that I do them. And then usually I line up my to-do list with Thursday, because I find that gives me enough room to do things that I need to do but not over plan for myself and then get disappointed when I can't get everything done kind of thing. If it can't fit on this list, it can move to next week is basically my philosophy, and it gives me room to decorate here too. So usually I always put water plants. Even if the plant doesn't need watered every week, it helps me remember to water my other plants every week. And as for the rest of this for next week, I mean, right now it is Wednesday of the previous week, so I can't really say whether or not I have things to do specifically next week. Like, I don't have anything specific to put there yet. So now is the fun part when I get to decorate, which usually I try not to do too many of the same color in a row. There's been a lot of browns and pinks and a few greens lately. But we can also just flip through my stickers and see what we find and go from there, which is what I'm gonna do. I might just do green again and just move through some of these stickers, because a lot of these stickers have been in this book for months, and it would probably help to free up some space in here too. I do these little hexagon stickers in Canva, and they're a lot of fun usually to make and stuff, because you can use the frames in Canva and then just you can put pictures in that, and then I just cut them out. I print them on sticker paper and then I cut them out. Thinking I might put one of these girls here. There's one that's got kind of green on her. Oops, 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 oops. Okay. I always panic with this paper because it's just so fragile. Yeah, that kind of works. And then I'll just put more green stickers with her. Sometimes I just like to cover these up, but because I got the English one, but I find that it's a little distracting because not every quote is something that I necessarily vibe with, which I didn't even read this one yet. And I think maybe the Japanese one would be a little less distracting, which is something I'm trying to put in my brain for next year already, kind of thing. But it's not really that big of a deal. I'm just complaining for a second. We could do more of these house plants in here. Yeah, I love house plants. That's pretty cute. I need to get more smaller green stickers. I'll put some leaves here to kind of fill out this side of the page. Simple, but still effective. I don't have to go all out every single week, and that's okay. I'm gonna do this green again here, I think. I don't know. Both of my greens highlighters are very different, and I don't really have anything in between them. It's like this very like olivey sage green and then this very light pastel green. And so what I might do is I might just go with this lighter green for now, because it would kind of pull the lighter greens out of these stickers that I've already put in here. That's my thought process, at least, trying to color coordinate as best as I can. Not every week is going to be super gorgeous and pretty and perfect and absolutely color coordinated, and that's okay, because there's like, oh, I forgot to put a line there. That's what I get for talking, because not every month is, there's 52 months in the year, so not all of them, nope, 52 weeks in a year, so not every weekly page is going to be perfect, and that's okay. I usually highlight these little lines. This is usually when I can remember where I will write the temperature, because sometimes that also has to do with my emotions and things like that, like the weather. I'll always write the temperature, and then if it's particularly like a interesting or different type of weather than kind of like the norm, I will write like a little picture of what the weather was like if it's super rainy and stormy, or if it like does something crazy like snows, which it won't now because it's spring, but that's kind of like the gist. And then I highlight that just to add some color over here. And that is pretty much all I do for my weeklies right now. Keeps it simple, easy, and fun. And that's how I set up every month. I do my monthly, I do my weekly, and then I do my notes. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care of yourself. Bye.